You know, it's another uncomfortable thought. Whoopi Goldberg making that joke about liking getting ate from time to time. And now, honestly, sometimes the one thing, if anything, that can bring a celebrity back down to being just a person in your mind, just humanizing these idols. One thing, if you have a good imagination, is just imagine their face when they come. The sounds that they make. You don't have to imagine doing anything to them or anything happening to them. Just their face when they go, whoa, Whoopi Goldberg. And I think that's what she does.
No, stop.
The results were otherwise unremarkable.
Happy World Philosophy Day there, you little Nostradamuses. First seconds I'm swearing.
Okay,
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another highly sought after, your favorite solo podcast, Unremarkable. Hey, Weekends with Dad. We're back in a speakeasy. It's not like we were anywhere last week, but it's nice to be home, huh? World Philosophy Day. Everybody thinks that they're deep. Everybody likes posting posting quotes that aren't theirs. Got a lot of comics that do the whole, check up on your funny friends. That's not a ploy at all. Everybody's a deep thinker on World Philosophy Day. We do a little bit of a deep thinking over here. The deep think state. We call ourselves. Very cool. I am your psychology teacher, your philosopherist, your little drinking pal, Goose. Gonzo Gaspacho. On all the socials, guys, do the following. Unremarkable.pod. Hit us up. Let us know. Drink recommendations. We're going to get on those. It's going to be a great time if you want to shout out on the pod. You've been fantasizing seeing your name on the marquee letters here. Going to be great. It's going to be great. We're about to get into the era of drink recs, like coming to doing the drink recs. We've had plenty. We've had fucking plenty of them. Tonight we're doing a little Goose's booze reviews. That's kind of a new thing. I don't think I've had anything on here, just not cocktail wise that I hadn't had before. An episode. I don't know. This is Shinerbock's Holiday Cheer. Very cool. Shinerbock, really can't go wrong with it. Brewed in Texas, baby. Good stuff. This is supposed to be like a peach pecan. I say both. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if there were wrong with it, would it not just be me, really testing out these social stigmas for the whole world to we're imploring you to think more on the pronunciations because it's World Philosophy Day. Does not matter what you pronounce anything, everybody's gonna have a problem with it. This got a bronze award. This got a 2013 Australian International Beer Bronze Award. No, it says number 1, but it's bronze. I mean, not to shit on Shiner, but that's a bronze. That's not number 1. Hey, we discussed this with the Beyonce thing. To be ranked is pretty great. I think we're number 4 in Dubai. I think the podcast. Dubai, man.
It's a hot spot.
It's a hot spot, dude. We've had many sheiks in the in the studio. We don't like to talk about it, Okay, there's no wobble in this table because there's 50s on one leg. Okay, I didn't want to go get it tampered with. It's going to be an ethic one day. Very cool. Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's not too high up on my list though.
Wow.
Dad drinks. I don't know if you know this. Yeah, I mean, Shiner definitely has done. I mean, listen, this is like a seasonal drink that they do, so they do better. I mean, it's not bad. I bought a 6-pack. I'm not, with no doubt. By the way, I didn't go. Wow, how many people do that? I don't know. And this is how much of an alcoholic I am. But I typically don't buy a 6-pack of something I've never had and go, what if I don't like it? I'm going to be forced to drink the other 5. I never think that at all because it does not matter to me. This is what a Goose's Booze review is, really. I am not in any sense of the word, damn it, and I forgot the word. Like a snob. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. I hate to bring
Connoisseur?
in connoisseur. Thank you. I hate to bring in gang affiliation saying snob, but when hipsters become Bloods and Crips, they need to call each other snob instead.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Bloods obviously at that point will be wine connoisseurs. And Crips will basically be the same, but they're going to be like detecting notes of honey in their malt liquors. Malt liquor, by the way, nothing wrong with the little malt liquor. Dad loves it. Dad loves him some malt liquor. If anybody is aware of the, by the way, E40 had malt liquor out, and it got taken down fairly quickly, I think. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if this was just, E40, E40, or E as we call him, friend of the pod. I don't know if it just didn't sit well with him business-wise. After a while, it wasn't worth, the maintenance, whatever it may have been. But E40, I'm going to need you to bring that back. That was the best malt liquor I have ever had. And that's no shit. And I'm not kidding. I'm not doing a bit right now. That's the best malt liquor I've ever had. Yeah. There you go. E40. I didn't have it in a can because I'm not a dumbass. You're not going to drink, you're drinking malt liquor out of a can. I mean, maybe you're just, there on the tax bracket. But drink glass. By the way, guys, I don't know who needs to really hear this. If you have the option of drinking glass, when it comes to beer, drink glass. There's a reason for the color of the glass that they're using. It has to do with how the sunlight hits it and the lights hit it, and it's not going to affect the taste of the drink. There's a science. I can't explain it, but I know it's there. And I believe in science. I'm not one of the people that say, do your own research, and I don't study up on science. Again, I'm not a dumbass. So if I'm telling you something that I found out the other day, odds are I'm going to go, I don't know who it was or what really they said, but it was something like this, because I know how stupid I am, which makes me less stupid, I think, typically, than the average Joe. Everybody really they got this false confidence nowadays. And then here we go. These are the people that are betting on the Jake Paul fight and all this. And I do mean Jake Paul fight. This is a week ahead of when we're filming it. But it is World Philosophy Day. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to act as a clairvoyant and say, boy, howdy, does Jake win every damn fight he's in, huh? Isn't it weird? I've been telling people not to call it a fight because it's a show. It's a show. And I hate to make another damn Paul brother rant because these are just getting to be classics and they're not segments I'm trying to do. But these are the people that are ruining the planet. They're ruining the psyche of everybody around you. These are the people that are taking the wavelength down. You're becoming some kind of Neanderthal if you believe in everything that these people do. They tried coming out with a Lunchable that are just being recalled, and they're laughing about it in front of God and everybody. These aren't people. You understand? I don't know if you believe me. I have yet to hear anybody confirm whether or not I'm crazy, but Mike Tyson, everybody. Champion, he shouldn't have done it. It's like revamping a movie after 30 years, you know? You don't need to. Just don't fuck with the classic. We don't need a Forrest Gump sequel. I don't give a shit what his son is doing. I just hope that he's like a cop in a rural area. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're deep thinking tonight. We're doing some deep thinking, and I can't. If I have them on my brain, I'm not going to be doing any thinking at all. So it doesn't matter. There's bigger fish to fry, guys. Yeah. Timothy Chalamet is Tom Hanks' son. Fuck me. We're doomed, people. And if you didn't think that we were doomed already, we're just getting more and more UFO confirmations. We're just getting like we're getting bottle fed this. We're getting like drip by drip little pieces of UFOs. We're getting the conspiracy they're like, listen, full disclosure, which means something is horribly, terribly wrong. Something's about to happen. If this is what they just run out of ideas to distract people with, it's getting out of hand. Something's getting out of hand, and you can tell. There's ways to tell. The Onion is buying InfoWars. There's one way. There's one way. They're taking a truther out of a job. They're taking a man who has brought us the truth, the light, out of a job. Alex Jones. Alex Jones, the one man in this godforsaken country that would tell us the truth, is being stripped away. His baby is being stripped from his arms by none other than our beloved The Onion. And I'm fighting myself on it, and I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do with this information. We love The Onion. We love Alex Jones. And we hate to see them fight like this. I have yet to hear anything about Alex Jones' opinion on The Onion buying InfoWars from what?
It fell through, apparently.
It fell through. Justice prevails. When you... No, dude, I don't know. There's been a lot of talk about it. I hate to think that they would do that prematurely. The Onion is like, dude, The Onion is tightly wound. They are a tight ship, The Onion. So I hate to think that they were doing that they would have announced anything prematurely. They seem to have their ducks in a row, The Onion. Maybe a partnership. Listen, The Onion's telling the truths in their own fashion, much like Alex Jones. And Alex Jones I relate to because he's going to come at you with the hard-hitting subjects, and he's about to get about 14% of it right, is what Alex Jones is about to do. Alex Jones, the American hero, his heart's in the right place. People really love to hold on to the negative nuggets of what happens with Alex Jones. Alex Jones has done a lot for us. He gets about 14% right if he doesn't have a camera strapped to his chest. There's a bankruptcy auction on Thursday.
That's how the Onion got them.
Well, then they definitely got it. There's no way the Onion lost an auction. We're talking false flags now. The Onion lost an auction of InfoWars. Dude, I would give it to you at that point. If I were in charge of this whole thing and we were starting an auction and I saw the Onion come in, the Onion reps, as they call them, come in, I go, fuck, I didn't think of that. Here you go. You can just have it. That's so funny that InfoWars was up for auction. Pretty great. 1.5 billion. Holy shit. For
No.
Oh, he was ordered to pay because of the Sandy Hook stuff. Man, without context, huh? When all I read is the link kind of stuff, the highlighted shit. That's what they're doing. This is America now. They highlight the tidbits that aren't as important as the fine print. Huh? Watch out. If you're selling your car or getting a new job, there's fine print. There's fine print all over the goddamn place, by the way. Contracts should be outlawed. The way that contracts are fucking made is just horrendous, and this is America. This is just where America has gone. This is why we need Alex Jones around to keep people's thoughts provoked. What if the frogs were gay? They weren't. But Alex Jones is a very devout Christian, so trans is the same as gay. He was right. I mean, he was in the ballpark. Was he not in the ballpark? It's just he was wrong. You gotta look deeper into Alex Jones when just watching Alex Jones. Nothing wrong with it. We got aliens confirmed, though. And I think this is the time that we need him around, honestly. We need somebody that's not Joe Rogan. We really do. Because nobody is watching 4 hours of a podcast at a time. 4 hours at a time? What are you, philosopher? You just got... The attention span is again, maybe 14% of people have the attention span to watch as long episodes as Joe Rogan puts out. Not a lot of people have jobs where they can watch these sorts of things. Listen, you got a long drive to work, here's Unremarkable. It's, you have a drink on your daily commute on the way into work, and you have a few sips with dad, and nobody gets hurt. You're pretty much promised that it's not going to be over an hour and a half. I don't know what our record is right now, but I'm not going to talk about aliens for 45 minutes. Okay. I'm not with a professional. We're not interviewing. Well, fuck, I'm not interviewing anybody unless we ever wound up landing, Gypsy Rose or Danny Masterson. How great would that be to land Danny Masterson? Get Danny up on the pod. Dano, haven't heard from Danny in a little while, huh? I'd love to see what he thinks. Known Scientologist Danny Masterson. Probably knows all about these UFOs. It's basically the whole thing. This hearing that was had was just confirming that the U.S. has programs in place to take in crashed UAPs, which is what they're calling UFOs now. I don't like that they changed the abbreviation. I think that's bad enough. That's a little red flag that something something is changing where they're like, listen, we're going to get rid of the stigma with the UFOs. We don't want people thinking that we're crazy. You sound a lot more like you're politically inclined saying UAP somehow than UFO. I don't know. Obviously, we have programs in place to take in crashed UFOs. We want to reverse engineer them. This is nothing new. And by the way, I don't think people who weren't conspiracy theorists were surprised by this. I don't think conspiracy theorists were surprised by this. I think everybody's just so goddamn underwhelmed with UFOs and aliens right now that it really doesn't matter. When Mexico's government just brought in the wheelbarrow and showed us that little raisinette fella. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared, dude. Nobody cared. And I think Blue Beam, I think we're about to see Dad's dabbled in the conspiracies. I think we're about to see Blue Beam. I think we're about to have a lot of false flags with the Blue Beam. Blue Beam being just like using holograms to portray something absolutely insane happening. And I don't know if you've been to a Tupac concert lately. Holograms are getting pretty sick, dude. They're getting pretty insane. So, you know, I've seen one that somewhere did with I don't know where it was. Somebody
somewhere.
Somebody someplace did like a Loch Ness Monster one at night. And it was pretty cool. But you could tell that it's like, oh, they're really working on it because they're doing it at night. And it's like a nice little light show for people, and it's just easier to light when it's nighttime. And obviously, you know, you got two planes to work with. Nobody's out there on the water. You got a bottom. Maybe it's a little cloudy. You got a top. Boom, you got a hologram. You can put a hologram out there. If you have a canvas, basically, you can do it. I don't know if anybody's seen that second Spider-Man movie. But I don't think the part where they're making illusions and have everybody freaking out, I don't think that's super far-fetched. I think that everybody is willing or open to believe in just about anything right now. What we need to do is the biggest test that we could do with Project Blue Beam. We need to go out to Ngoro. We're going to go out to Ngoro, and we're going to put a 29-foot tall Gypsy Rose Blanchard stomping through the trees. Really scary. And then we'll see, you know, how paranoid the people of Ngoro get. They're going to get rid of those dolls for sure. They're going to get rid of those dolls. God, they'd be so fun to fuck with. If you just put out a hologram of like one of the dolls walking around out there and then just stop and then just leave them alone. They'd go fucking crazy. Yeah. I don't think that anybody doesn't believe in UFOs anymore. I think the Christians, I think that like just about everybody, like we're digressing, I think. Is that the right word? Regressing in our beliefs. And I think that even the most religious people are going to see any kind of alien shit and they're like, oh, these are gods, or God sent this, or this is, you know, what. So they'll make shit up in their mind to make it accord to their beliefs, is what I think. This is my deep thinkings on it. 757 cases identified in the report were made between May 1st, 2023 and June 1st, 2024. God damn. That's 1 year. Imagine then, if you will. I don't know where to go with that. Listen, if those are confirmed and it's like, you know what, guys, the past is the past. Okay, we don't need to go, to Roswell. We don't need to. We don't need to worry about the past, guys. The past is over. It's just the present. It's World Philosophy Day. Can you get on board? Yeah. It's another uncomfortable thought. Whoopi Goldberg making that joke about liking getting 8 from time to time. And now, honestly, I don't know if you guys have seen episode 1 of Don't Mind Us. But sometimes the one thing, if anything, that can bring a celebrity back down to being just a person in your mind. Just humanizing these idols. One thing, if you have a good imagination, is just imagine their face when they come. The sounds that they make. You don't have to imagine doing anything to them or anything happening to them. Just their face when they go, whoa, Whoopi Goldberg. And I think that's what she does.
No, stop.
Whoa. Yeah, I think she's a very zany character. I think that's definitely how. And her are they braids? They're braids. I don't want to get this wrong.
No, they're dreads.
They're dreads. Oh, thank God. That's what I wanted to go with, but I didn't want to, I don't know. I don't, it's not that I can't identify what it is. It's just I've never looked closely at Whoopi's hair. Not since, I was a child. But her dreads stand straight up and wig out, and she goes, whoa, and she comes. And it's hilarious, and I think if you're in town, where does the View happen? Where's their HQ? How is this even a show still? Who in their right mind cares when a table filled with childless great aunts who have done okay in Hollywood think about anything? What are we talking about? You should call it brunch. We should just call it brunch. They should be high on Percocet. They should be they should be over medicated on what they're prescribed, so it's not as unsafe as it could possibly be. They're over medicated on what they're all prescribed. Maybe they're sharing. Maybe they just got a little bowl out there in the middle of the table where they do. I brought Percodan, and they dump it like the cute TikTok videos.
The candy salad.
I brought my Oxycontin. I brought my antipsychotics, and they all just they snack. They snack on them, and they have them a little nibble of whatever it is, and they compare the flavors of all of them. I like mine candy coated, and everybody's just having the audience doesn't stop clapping through the whole thing. They're just enjoy, and the audience is sent home with a little tiny gift bag of all of the medications that their beloved show hosts had, and they can go home and they can have their own view. They can have their own view because everybody has their own view because it's World Philosophy Day. And I think that everybody would really think more clearly if they were just doing the drugs that their idols were doing. I think that everybody would get a little bit more self-reflective. Manhattan. See, I don't even know New York well. Oh, that's actually pretty big, huh? Queens and Newark are pretty far apart. Or maybe I'm tripping and I just can't tell how far away, the camera is from the plane when you're looking at a map. I can't really tell. Because New York is really just tiny, right? New York itself, the state, is really just right out there. Really not hard to make a melting pot when you think of like Ellis Island and shit, you got they got little Jamaica and shit too out there, I'm sure, right? They got like little China and or whatever the fuck they call that. I don't remember what it is. I don't want to like try out too many names on it. Big trouble. Yeah. And New York really has proven to us that America could be like the perfect place, because as far as gun violence goes and B&Es and stabbings and all that, you really don't hear too much crazy shit about New York unless it's like the most insane thing ever. Like, some guy's on the subway and it's like, fuck, well, where is he now? You you got to keep track of it. Whereas that's not going to happen in Oklahoma. Nobody's going to get on the tram and be like, shit, so many people use our public transit system. How many people are locked in with them right now? You know exactly how many people are on the bus in Oklahoma if you're from Oklahoma, because they were your neighbors. They were all 23 of them. Everybody just were, and I know I'm not talking about a town right now. I'm talking about Oklahoma. You all work at the same Target. Everybody has one job where they just do shifts. Anyway, that's just Oklahoma. Oklahoma, by the way, we'd love to go. I just want to put that out there. We'd love to go, but I really hope my expectations are to be outdone. Is that? I think that's reasonable. I don't expect much from Oklahoma. I'd much rather go to Oklahoma than Arkansas. I don't know of anywhere. What's the major city in Arkansas? Is there anything going on with you guys? Is there anything going on with Arkansas? Nope.
There's Little Rock.
Yeah, I guess there is.
Something about the Ozarks.
Yeah, that spells trouble. And that's my 2 cents. Is that Arkansas is just trouble. Really. I mean, the news doesn't get out of Arkansas, which means way different things than New York. Which means you guys, they don't have Wi-Fi yet. They're waiting on TikTok. Wait until TikTok hits Arkansas, huh? I don't know, man. I just don't know with you guys anymore. There needs to be UFO sightings in Arkansas just because there's absolutely nothing going on out there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Untouched almost, which is the scariest part, is it just looks untouched out there in Arkansas. Nobody wants to do with it. You got to stop putting filters on your city photos, by the way. When you come across a skyline picture, it's the same thing as when you're like looking for an apartment, and it's a little depressing part of it, because all you're doing is scrolling through photos of rooms that look basically the same, and they're not taken by people who take photos well, mind you. So they can't quite get like the depth of the room right. They're putting filters on it, on an off-white colored walled room. You can't tell the size of. They're putting filters on that. It's just depressing, much like Arkansas. I'm sure it's great fishing. I don't fish, though. And I don't intend on starting anytime soon. I don't fish. Not a big pro bass shop guy, dad. Not big on it at all. I'll fuck with camping. I like to camp. Pretty cool. Reset that internal clock. You drink by a fire. Pretty sick, dude. Pretty great. That spells Midwest to me. But we're talking about a state that definitely has a Bigfoot. For sure has a Bigfoot. Arkansas? I mean, they've probably inbred one into existence. I Bigfoot. Yeah, pretty great. Pretty great. I think that you could get away with insurance fraud if you were planning on using a Bigfoot as an excuse in Arkansas, much like these guys in California did with a bear attack. They dressed a guy up in a bear, apparently, a bear costume, rather. They dressed him up in a bear. They just fed him to a bear and hoped that it swallowed him whole. These guys somehow tried committing insurance fraud with a man in a bear costume going into what I'm assuming is going to be a rental of an expensive vehicle. Not real, okay, so gardening tools with the, yeah. Listen, only in California, where half the people are on fentanyl, whether they do drugs or not, can you get away or close to with something like this. Sometimes, listen, it's not going to be the really poor people trying to commit fraud in this fashion unless they're foreigners. And I know how that sounds. But poor people aren't going to set anything on fire because, a poor American, that's probably all they have that they're setting on fire. Whereas, immigrants that come here really have less fear over that kind of shit. They're really balls to the wall. And you got to love that about immigrants, that they're balls to the wall. So these guys put their buddy Dan, I'm assuming his name is, in a bear costume and had him roll around in a Rolls Royce. Is that a Rolls Royce? You sons of bitches. Yeah, they're high on something, these fucking guys. And I don't know what kind of shitty drugs you're on that make you think you're going to be able to get away with portrait. By the way, acting job of the century. If you could pull off a bear. That would have changed the Revenant a lot. If Leo just gave that grizzly a tug job real quick. And it was like, this guy ain't bad. This guy's all right. Okay? Because when I do it, I don't know if you've seen these paws. They've been walking around in these woods for a long time. And it's just not the same. You got Leo, and he's like Justin Timberlake. He's got these soft hands. Yeah, I don't know how high you have to be to believe that. If you need to check out the video, it is exactly what you think it is. It's like a Ring doorbell equivalent of some bullshit you bought at Target for home surveillance because your kids, you're grounding your kid and their friends aren't having it and they're breaking into your car, but they're only stealing your change and stuff. They're not doing anything crazy. And you're like, I know it was Robbie. Because Robbie's always carrying around a pocket full of change. He's got 4 pounds of change in his pocket. I know how much change I had in my car, goddammit. He cleaned house. What am I talking about? Whoopi Goldberg coming.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, if you see, and by the way, that is really a pro tip. If you ever like have somebody pent up too high in your mind, imagine them coming. It'll really bring them back down to the earth. Unless like you're idolizing somebody gorgeous like John Krasinski, who is named Time. Is it Time that does it? People's sexiest man alive of the year, whatever that's called. Because if you imagine John Krasinski coming, you might want to start jorking it. You know what I mean? Like, this guy probably comes really, really sexy. He's probably real subtle about it. You know what I mean? Just real hot shit. Whereas somebody like Benny Blanco comes and you're like, it's like bearing down on a sneeze. He's just, that's probably how Benny Blanco comes. Like that. Like close to what I do. Dad never said he was, whatever. Yeah, John Krasinski, well-deserved People's 2024 Sexiest Man Alive. I think that'd be funny. That'd be great, He's just you make a first move on Johnny, You grab him by the jorts like you do, and he just looks at you like The Office. That's an Office reference. Didn't have anything good. Yeah, he really glue up with like 10 years, huh? That's what I'm talking about. Glued up. Johnny's coming. Yeah, I don't know what the rankings were. I don't really know how they vote on this. I don't know how it comes to be. Are there nominees? Is it voted on by people that just work at People? How does this work? I want to know how it works so I could get a nomination. And Dad, just to nominate, like I said, rankings matter. As long as Dad could get a nomination, Dad's happy. Okay? That could be, we'll come out with the calendar next year and we'll get me in the running. But Benny Blanco didn't even deserve the feature. And we love Benny Blanco. I want to make that very clear. We love Benny Blanco. We're big fans of the Benny Blanco. But this Neanderthal did not deserve to have a feature, even in satire. What is this, The Onion? Not even in satire should Benny Blanco have been talked about. If you're talking about John Krasinski and you're getting a little toggle in your pants, your jeans are getting a little tighter because there's less room in them now, okay? And you bring up Benny Blanco, you'll hear it go and fly across the room, just deflating my penis. And we love Benny Blanco. I do mean that. Mel Gibson's looking fucking great
Mel
right
Gibson
now,
was
by
the
the
first
way.
one.
He was the first Sexiest Man?
Mm-hmm.
He's looking real great nowadays. I think. Right? He's looking great. But it's the rugged I think he grew into it. I don't think he was a stud. I really don't. But he was like he was the biggest star. He was like the biggest star. He's an all right looking guy there. He's not, I don't think that's gorgeous. I don't think he's gorgeous there. Those blue eyes and nice hair and great skin and 5 o'clock shadow. Perfect. I don't think that's gorgeous. Soft lips and welcoming eyes and nice strong hands and nice strong build and
Just a general aura about him.
pretty strong name. Okay, so who do we got here? Let's go down the list a little bit. Mark Harmon, no idea. Okay. NCIS or whatever the fuck he is. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's too well deserved. I don't know that I'm going to agree with a lot of these. I think it's going to be mostly like the same kind of looking guy. He's got kind of a Burt Reynolds look about him when he was younger. You're shirtless on SNL. Was that SNL? Looks like the SNL set. That's SNL. See, we don't need to look too far to understand that and this is serious. This is me being a deep thinker here. Because it's National Philosophy Day. World Philosophy Day. I don't think we needed to dive too deep into the fact that beauty standards are bullshit if you're not paying attention to what idiots are calling beautiful, beauty standards. Because you've got these guys that really were just normal looking, pretty healthy build dudes that just kind of did sports in high school. And then when they left, they just kind of took care of themselves. And their build is universally through like the test of time still great looking guys, great looking dudes. And the same with women. How it was always like bone thin kind of shit, like early 2000s when fashion was on the up and up and everything. Tyra Banks, becoming as big as she was, and it was like all these women super worried about being like ultra skinny, and it just wasn't. I don't think anybody actually really gave a shit. If they weren't paying attention, they liked them dick back in the day,
What
dude.
are you talking about?
The beauty standards, I don't think have the beauty standards that any industry has tried setting up, where dudes need to be just gigantic guys, like super muscular dudes, and women need to be these tiny fucking rail thin things. I don't think that's ever actually been. It's been a thing, but only if you're paying attention to the dumbest shit possible. Like James Bond, sexy dude. Nobody that played James Bond, I think, before Daniel Craig was super jacked. And Daniel Craig wasn't jacked. He was cut. He was like a good looking, take care of yourself guy. You know what I mean? And I think I'm getting myself on board with people's sexiest man alive, because these are like average looking dudes, but they're like not Timothy goddamn Chalamet. You know what I mean? We like a normal, for God's sake. I think that's the best. Sean Connery, 6th, I think. Patrick Swayze, Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte, show me young Nick Nolte. If I think that he's a fucking stud when he's young, I'm going to be so upset. Because what a horse now. Fuck. God damn it. He just looked like non-steroidal Dolph Lundgren. Fuck. Yeah, he was sexy. God damn it. I didn't watch Nick Nolte movies when I was younger, so I don't know. Nick Nolte, I'm pretty sure was becoming old when I was a kid, so I think that was pretty done, pretty over with. Sean Connery, give it a little slap. Sometimes she wants the last word. You just give it a little smack. Pretty great. Pretty great. I dig it. I think that we got some, did he ever make it? Did he ever? Keanu? Mm-hmm. When was this? Like 4 years ago? Because that adds up. Keanu was like pretty clean cut looking, poster boy or whatever. 94. Fuck. Year I was born. Huh. He could have won it like a couple years ago. Look at this fucking guy. Good Lord. He's getting the salt and pepper in his beard. Yet his hair remains jet black and luscious and long. What? What are we doing? Are we in the Matrix? Very crazy. Just, I mean, the absolute studs. Clooney, absolutely. Absolutely. There's standards for everything, people. And some things are just based on genetics. We have to come around to the fact that these are just genetics. These people won nothing. They were just gorgeous. We need to see Krasinski's parents have sex.
No.
Because what makes that? It's like they made love in the CERN Hadron Collider. Good Lord. Love it. Brad Pitt. Don't think he deserved to be named sexiest man alive when he was younger. I think I think all the men like really grew into their sexy. I think that I don't think anybody would debate me on that. I don't think that anybody would. But then imagine Whoopi Goldberg coming. Is all I ask. Is all I ask. Matthew McConaughey has always been a fucking absolute stud. I'm going to be disgusted with myself if I fucking look at him too long. His fuck gutters are absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Did not need to see Magic Mike in order to do that. These are genetics, people. These are genetics, and then not fucking with your genetics. Meaning he's just ate really clean. Look at those fuck gutters. It's like his upper half just stops. It's like they put him together half and half, just top and bottom of him, like a Ken doll. Absolutely insane. It's all genetics, though. Don't worry. Don't get too down on yourself. It's all genetics. Looks are mostly genetics. Eating talents, all genetics. There's a Mormon missionary. That was my favorite article headline this week. Was Mormon missionary pounding pupusas in El Salvador. I've seen that movie. I think I've seen this one. I think I've paid for that at a hotel. I think, and you know, there was a chili pepper eating contest recently somewhere in New Mexico, I think, and some old white lady won, and everybody, all the Mexicans around were like super shocked, and I'm like, well, that's just you not betting on the underdog. And by the way, a little bit of racism against your own guys, thinking that a Mexican should have won. All right? This old lady, she can't feel anything anymore. She can't taste anything anymore. There's no more acids unless she eats those peppers. She's not lubed up on the inside. There's nothing really going on. She's dry on the inside and on the out. So she's got these, good Lord. Hell yeah, he is. He's got the long sleeve button up and shit. He is procreating tonight, is what this Mormon man is doing, and it will be missionary, by the way. Slamming away on El Salvadorian pupusa, and I don't mean the food. He fucked that night. He got all those calories out of his system. You realize I couldn't stand straight up if I ate like that? I wouldn't be able to stand straight up. I might shit the floor if I ate like that. What an animal. You got to understand though, like people, and I'm saying this for the Mexicans out there that want to judge other Mexicans for losing these eating contests to these God-fearing whites. They have not been well fed throughout their life. You don't know what that moment is like for them where they're like, I could take it all. I could. This one's for all the marbles. Is what they're doing. Is definitely what that guy was saying. While fucking. This is for all the marbles, just slamming away. Yeah, this guy's a stud. I love it. We need to get him. These are people that come out of the woodwork, really just come out of nowhere, because they didn't know that the contest was happening either. You know what I mean? You didn't know about them. They just came out from nowhere, tried to see if you wanted to discuss their God, and then you were like, mine's pretty close. I don't think so. And you slammed the door in his face, but when he's mowing down on Papusi,
I know.
hard to ignore. Oh, God, Whoopi. You're coming like Whoopi all of a sudden. Believing in God, believing in the aliens, doing some deep thinking, having yourself a little DMT trip. There you come. So hard. Don't count them out, these God-fearing whites, is what I'm saying. Don't count them out, especially in the cities that they don't belong in. Really, honestly, if there wasn't a fucking eating contest that day, what would he have been doing? Why are there white missionaries in El Salvador? They're everywhere now, huh? They just make them in all the places. Same color. Same fucking color. Got to tell you, that's what I get sick of. Is these white missionaries. Can we have some different colored missionaries? Huh? It's all the same. Missionary. Anyway, God damn it, Martha. I'm tired of eating the same thing every night. I'm going to the contests. I'm eating some pupusa. All of the above. Guys, great week. Very cheerful, holiday cheerful week. We're coming up on the holidays. If you got any holiday cocktails, now would be the time. Now would be the time, or forever hold your peace, because we're definitely doing those. Hit us up. Let us know. Comments, DMs. It does not matter. We will see them. Do the like and subscribe and tell your friend about your one friend about the pod. Let them know. They do some lonely drinking too. Maybe they want to hang out with Dad from time to time. Put old Dad up on the mantle while they're cleaning. You know, doing some crack cleaning like they did in the nice little PSAs about the crack epidemic and cleaning their apartment with a toothbrush. Rest assured, we're going to be right here next week. Shaking some titties and signing some babies and kissing some hands. Miss me.